4th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay. Let's see. Here's the right. No, that's Bava Basra. That's Bava Metzia. Yeah. All right. Very interesting. We're in Bava Kama. I mean, right?
Bava Kama 102A.
For quite a few years. How long, do you know?
Has it been years we've been in Bava Kama? Really?
How long?
I know it's been months for sure.
No, it's been.
Okay.
Do you remember when we started, Rabbi?
When we started Bava Kama in when we were still in Samanafshi in Romania.
Yeah, that was when? 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Well, it's longer than that because that was already Corona was already 3 years old, right?
All right, yes.
So yeah, because we started from the it was the third parak. The third parak was like parak Amaniach, and now we're in the now we're already in the ninth parak.
Yeah.
We're getting close to yeah.
Well, we've still got a way to go.
Yeah, according to the to what I have in the web page, it go back to 2020.
Oh, well, it's before that even.
And that's just when I started recording. That's not when you guys started. I think you started before I joined.
Oh, yeah. This is chapter the Perek Asarai is quite a while to go. We've got that much, not that it means anything.
Yeah. Okay. Few more daf. We'll be there at the seal. Okay. So yes, on Yom Chamishi, on last Thursday, we got up to Yehuda Omer Mashevach. So now we're going to talk about a whole new part of the Mishnah. This goes back to the Mishnah. The Mishnah said, "Litzvoilo adoim v'tzavoy shachar." The Balabais told him to dye the wool red, and he dyed it black, or or the other way around. And Rabbi Meir said, "Nosin lo demei samro," and Rabbi Yehuda says, "Imashebach b'chule." So we have to know, we're going to be analyzing over here the words of Rabbi Yehuda. And so before we do that, we should go back to the Mishnah and find out exactly what Rabbi Yehuda said, because here the Gemora doesn't quote the full statement of Rabbi Yehuda. Now,
Hmm.
the only problem with that is that I don't have that in this section here. Oh, yes, I do. Okay.
Is that the
Yeah. So Rabbi Yehuda,
100B?
this is on 100b, the
B1.
Mishnah on 100b.
Right.
So Rabbi Yehuda Omer ima shevach yeser ala yitzia, nosin lo esa yitzia. So he says it depends. If the shevach, if the increase in value of the wool as a result of having been dyed, even though it's the wrong color, is yeser ala yitzia. If it exceeds the yitzia, the expenses incurred in dyeing it, the cost of the vat, the cost of the dyeing so then nosin lo esa yitzia. The dyer will be responsible to give to the balabayit that gave him the wool maybe the other way around. Nosin lo esa yitzia. He will, in other words, the balabayit will only have to pay for he won't have to pay for the job. He'll just have to pay for the outlay in doing the coloring, but he will get the wool with the increased value that it has. But if it's the other way around, ima shebach ima yatzia yaser ala shebach, if he spent more money in his outlay in coloring it the wrong color, and then the actual increased value of the wool, so then nosin lo es shebach. So then the balabait will have to give him that amount, which is the lower of the two. He'll have to give him the just the increased value of the wool. And so now okay, there's a Rashi over here on the Mishnah. At the risk of not being able to explain it properly, because it looks a bit complicated, and I think we had some issues with it altogether. So rather than get into all of that, let's just go right to the Gemora and see what the Gemora wants to tell us about Rebbe Yehuda. And we have over here, we have the Siman, Saban, which stands for three opinions over here of the Rav Yosef and Rav Abba and Rav Huna. So without further ado, let's go to Alan to start off the reading. Yosef, Rav Yosef.
Is there, Alan? I think Alan's there.
Okay, Roy, are you there?
Yes. More or less. Rebbe Yehuda Omer Im Shevach. So Rebbe Yehuda says, if the improvement of the world, etc., exceeds the expense of dying. So now the Gemara introduces a succeeding discussion with a mnemonic for the names of the Amoraim involved. Simon 7. Okay, it's for what was it? Rav Yosef, Abba, and Rav Huna. Vasiv Rav Yosef Acharei Rabbi Avi. Rav Yosef was sitting behind Rav Abba, Rabbi Abba, right? They were sitting behind Rav Abba. Kame the Rav Huna, who was sitting before Rav Huna. Yasiv Rav Huna the Kayamach. And Rav Huna was sitting and saying, Halacha b'Rabbi Yehuda, Yeshua ben Korcho, the the halacha accords with Reb Yeshua ben Korcha. V'Alecha Koravi Yehuda, and the halacha accords with Reb Yehuda. All right. Hadari Nahu, Rav Yosef,
Right.
Apeh. Rav Yosef turned his face away in anger to demonstrate his displeasure with Rav Huna's statement. He said, Bashalama Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha. It is fine that Rav Huna said that halacha accords with Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha. At Torich, for this ruling in this matter is indeed necessary. Salka da'atach amina yachid Rabin halacha karabin. For had Rav Huna not stated so, it might have entered your mind to say that we should apply the general rule that a dispute between an individual and a majority, the halacha accords with the majority. Ka mashama lan halacha kayahud yachid. Therefore, Rav Huna informs us that in this case, the halacha accords with Yehoshua ben Korcha, who is the individual. What was he angry? Rabbi, are you there? Or?
Okay, I got lost over here in all this.
Yeah, you got frozen. Why is Rav Yosef angry with Rav Huna's statement?
Rabbi Shub ben Korcha.
You're muted.
Roy, look at footnote 19.
Okay.
It addresses your question.
Oh, there's a rabbi back again.
Yeah, the Rabbi Yosef turned his head. Hadrinu Rabbi Yosef la'ape. He turned his head away, and there was something that Rabbi Huna said that didn't meet his that he was that he was not pleased about. He was not pleased about. Okay. Why was he not pleased with what Rav Huna said?
I've got a note here that I don't understand the notes.
Okay, let's see. He said, first of all, he said Bishlema. The Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha is like Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha is all well and good. I have no reservation with with Rav Huna for what he said in that regard, because this is something that needs to be said. Because one would have thought that the halacha is not like him. Why? Because he is he's a yachid where the chachamim, the rabbanan, argue with him, and the rule is that yachid v'rabim halacha karabim. The halacha follows the majority against a singular dissenting opinion. And over here, so Rav Huna needs to tell us that the halacha follows the singular opinion. Fine.
Mhm.
And right there, the Gemora jumps in and interrupts this story.
Right. Says
So at this point, all we know is that Rabbi Yosef is not pleased, and we don't know why. So we're wondering about that. But in the middle of that, the Gemara says, "Don't worry about Rabbi Yosef being not pleased. First of all, we have to go further into this matter of Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha." Okay, so because we want to know what's that all about in any case. Which is this? What is the dispute over here with the Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha and the Chachamim? We don't know anything about this. This is not something that we have seen in the Gemara yet. So what is that all about? So the Gemara is, perhaps that's why it's interrupting and wants to tell us what it is it's all about. Is there any Rashi over here? Hey boys, Malva, but Milvim star in the Freud me, Economy miss. No, it doesn't seem like there's any Rashi so far. Okay. So Lou, you want to continue? Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha, Maihi.
Okay, let's see. I lost my place. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines up from the bottom left.
Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha, thank you. Mahi. What is the statement of Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha to which Rav Huna refers? Desanya, we learned in a brisa, Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha, Omer, Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha said, Milva bishtar ein nifra'in mehen. A loan document, one may not collect from, and the footnotes, the Art Scroll says idolaters prior to their holidays. Milva al pi nifra'in mehen, a loan by mouth, in other words, an oral loan, one may collect from them. Mipnei shehu ke'matil mi'adam, because he's like one rescuing money from their hands. Okay. Having identified the ruling of Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha under discussion, the Gemara resumes its citation of Rabbi Yosef's statement. Ella halacha kerebi Yehuda lamali. But why do I need you to tell me? Why do I need Rav Huna to tell me that the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda? Didn't he say it was like Rabbi Ben Karcha?
Said both.
Yeshua Ben Karcha?
There's two different cases. He was
Oh,
discussing
oh.
two different cases. In the first case, with the loan that was made to the goy, the halacha is like Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha. Now we're finished with that, and now we're focusing on the second halacha, second din, which that concerns Rabbi Yehuda in our Mishnah, presumably. So this is what Rabbi Yosef was bothered by. Halacha Rabbi Yehuda lamali. Why does Rav Huna need to tell me that the halacha follows Rabbi Yehuda over here?
Where does he say that?
What?
Where does Rabbi Huna say that the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda?
Says it up here.
Yeah, a few lines up.
About
Yosef Rabbi Huna v'Kamar halach Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha v'halacha Rabbi Yehuda.
near the beginning of what I read.
First word in the line is the Rebbe Abba.
Okay. It says halacha is like Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha. And the halacha, I see. He says two statements.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. He said two statements. Correct.
Okay. So now the question is why
now we're focusing on this one, second one. Yeah. And so this was the second statement found disfavor with Rabbi Yosef. That's why he turned his head away. And now the Gemora is going to explain us what's the reason that he was displeased.
Right. Machlokes Bava Kama. It's a dispute in Bava Kama. Leads Boa.
It's what you have to read the next few words. Machlokes v'achar kach stam hi.
I don't see that. I don't see the ha'archach stamhi.
Oh, I see, because you're reading in the wrong place. You have to read 2 lines above that.
Ume halokes umachloches v'acher kach stam halacha kistam. Okay, so there is a general rule that when a dispute is followed by an anonymous Mishnah that follows one of the opinions in the dispute, the halacha accords with the anonymous Mishnah. So by saying the halacha accords with Rabbi Yehuda, he's telling us that principle doesn't apply in this case?
This principle should apply in this case and does apply in this case, and that's why the halacha is. First of all, before we okay. I think in order to understand what the Gemora is saying over here, we have to understand what this principle is that Rabbi Yosef is talking about. He's saying a principle. It's one of the rules for how to paskin halacha in the Gemora. And the name of that, right? We have rules. When we have a machlokes Beis Shammai, Beis Hillel, the halacha follows Beis Hillel, right?
Right.
So for an Amora to get up and say, you know what, the halacha is like Beis Hillel, Rav Yosef would find displeasure with that. You don't need to tell me that. I know that. That's an accepted klal in the psak in the Gemora. It's unnecessary to say such a thing. So over here too. Here's the klal. The klal is machlekes v'achakach stam. In a case like that, the halacha follows the stam. So this is talking where we have two mishnayos, generally one after the other one, and the first mishnah says that the issue is a matter of halachic dispute. For example, it's a machlokes between Rebbe Meir and Rebbe Yehuda about what's the din in this case when the guy dyes it the wrong color. So we got a machlokes here between Rebbe Yehuda and Rebbe Meir, and then after that, and that was our Mishnah on 100b. Our Mishnah on 100b said that matter was a machlokes between Rebbe Yehuda and Rebbe Meir. Fine. So that's what's called the Mishnah that tells us about the existence of the machlokes. Now, achakach, after that Mishnah, we should have another Mishnah that we call that Mishnah stam, meaning it does specify any machlokes in it, but it just says what the din is, and the din that it says follows one of the two parties to the machlokes in the previous Mishnah. And what we have to do is find out where that Mishnah is. It should be somewhere. Maybe somebody's going to tell us. Maybe someone's going to tell us. Where is the stam Mishnah where the halacha follows? In other words, what are we looking for? We're looking for a stam Mishnah. It tells us that in that case where the guy dyes it the wrong color, and it quotes, quote the ruling that Rebbe Yehuda said in our Mishnah here on 100b. So that'll be called a halacha be'achakach stam sequence in the Gemora, and the accepted psak in such a case is that the halacha follows the stam Mishnah. So it's like saying, this is a case where the halacha follows Beis Hillel. So you don't need to tell me the halacha is like Beis Hillel. I know that's accepted rule. So that's what bothered Rav Yosef. Where is this stam Mishnah?
The other Mishnah there to do with the parrot and the leaves. Shemitah produce.
Oh, this is the subject of the Gemora. The Gemora is gonna explore where is this stam Mishnah right now. But for the time being, that's the principle that the Gemora is relating, and with that we understand the what's going on in the Gemora with Rav Yosef. Why did Rav Yosef say that Rav Huna does not need to tell me that the halacha follows the ruling of Rebbe Yehuda. You see, the Gemara itself is not so sure where it is. So we have to go explore where it is. Rav Yosef knew, but the Gemara has to now figure it out. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to read over here further in the Gemara. Machlokes Bava Kama.
Have you got that, Ella?
On which page here?
102A3,
Okay.
Machlokes Bava Kama.
right-hand column.
Oh yeah.
About halfway down, the Gemara proceeds to demonstrate that this case is indeed a dispute followed by an anonymous Mishnah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. The general rule that a dispute is followed by an anonymous Mishnah that follows one of the opinions of dispute. The halacha accords with the anonymous Mishnah.
Hang on.
And the note.
Wait. In the right-hand column, the Gemara proceeds to demonstrate that this case is indeed a dispute followed by an anonymous Mishnah. So 102A3.
Right. Okay, the Gemara proceeds to demonstrate that this case is indeed dispute followed by anonymous Mishnah, right? That's the spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dispute, locus, comma. Dispute appears in Bava comma in our Mishnah. Litz boa lo or dom utza bo shechor in one must be if one gave, right? It says in one gave must be if. I think there's a mistake there, right?
Yeah, if one gave wool.
If one gave wool to a dyer to dye red for him, and he dyed it black, shechor utzavor or dome, or he gave it to him to dye it black, and he dyed it red. Rabbi Meir Omar says, "Notain lo demei sorah." The dyer pays him the value of his wool. Rabbi Yehuda Omer. Rabbi Yehuda says, "Excuse me." Hashivas you tear all say or if the improvement to the wool exceeds the expenses of dyeing, a notain lo s or the owner pays the dyer the expenses but not his full fee. Ve'im see or Yiserur al Hashevas, but if the expenses of the dyeing exceeds the improvements to the wool, Notain lo es Shevach, the owner pays him only the improvement. And this dispute is followed by anonymous Mishnah in Bava Metzia. Desnor, for we learned there in the Mishnah, Kol Hamashena, any worker who deviates from the specifications of his assignment has Yado al Hatach Tonur, has the lower hand in claiming compensation for his work. B'chol ha'chol zerbo, and anyone who reneges on a deal, Yado al hayatzach, al hatal chonor has lower hand. So
Okay, right. So all we have to do, see that this is what the Gemara meant when it said when we're explaining Rabbi Yosef. This is a case of a machloikis in a Mishnah, and after that Mishnah, we have another Mishnah that says stam, that doesn't mention the machloikis. It just mentions one of the two opinions without mentioning the fact that there's another opinion. And where did we find that stam Mishnah? We did in the next few pages over here in Bava Metzia. We didn't even find it in the next 10 pages in Bava Kama. We found it in a different Masechta, says the Gemora. We found it. So Roy wanted to know when he's gonna find this Mishnah over here. We'll have to finish Bava Kama first, and then we'll make a siyum, then we'll have a nice meal, and then we'll start Bava Metzia, and then we'll learn the first parak, the second parak, the third parak, until we get to Ayin Vav, and then we'll get that'll be another I don't know how many years that'll be, and then we will get to this Mishnah, and that's what the Gemara is talking about. That's what Rabbi Yosef was talking about.
May it be Hashem's will that we'll get there before 120.
Amen.
Right.
Yeah, wow, that's another 80. That's another 80 blot. Maybe 90 actually. Okay. Anyway, so over there in Bava Metzia, it doesn't actually even mention this case about the dyer making a mistake and dyeing the wrong color. It just mentions that anyone who was mishana, whoever does differently than a worker or a craftsman, he does differently than the request of the balabayas, who's requesting the work to be done. He makes a modification, not according to the what the balabayas wanted. So yado ala taktona, he'll have the lower hand in the matter. And with that, the Gemara says, there you have the Mishnah that accords with Rabbi Yehuda, and that's why Rabbi Yosef thought that Rav Huna did not need to say what he said, because it's pashut. All you have to do is learn is go 80 more blot, and you'll find a Mishnah that goes like Rabbi Yehuda. So why do you need to tell me the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda? Yeah. Okay. So now the Gemara says, okay, that's what Rav Yosef thought. But now we want to know, well, what did Rav Huna think? Rav Huna obviously felt that it was necessary to say that the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda here in our Gemara in Bava Kama, and he wasn't willing to rely on the fact that we'll know the Mishnah in Bava Metzia. And so, what was his thinking? So now we go back to the Gemara. We go back to Lu. Rav Huna, it's storif.
Okay, let's see. Where is that? I don't have the place. Roy, you know where it is?
What's that? Sorry, Rav Huna. Hana? Was that it? No.
I found it. It's on 102A4.
Yeah.
Okay, the Gemara explains Rav Huna's position. The Rav Huna, and what did Rav Huna hold? Why, in fact, did he find it necessary to rule that the halacha accords with Rabbi Yehuda, if it is a case of a dispute being followed by the anonymous Mishnah. It's tarich. He felt that it was necessary to rule that the halacha accords with Rabbi Yehuda. Salka daitach amina ein seder the Mishnah. For it might have entered your mind to say that there is no order to the Mishnayos. Ustam achar kach machlokes he. And this is actually an anonymous Mishnah followed by a dispute.
Right. You see what the Gemara is saying over here, that according to Rav Huna, there's no Seder. One could possibly think that there's no Seder. Bava Kama doesn't really come before Bava Metzia. It's the other way around, really. And if so, that it's the other way around, so then the Mishnah in Bava Metzia would be the first Mishnah, and then we would have what's called a Stam Mishnah being followed by a Mishnah that says that the same case is a case of disputes. So now what is the halacha? Is there an accepted psak halacha, like halacha Beis Hillel against Beis Shammai? Is there an accepted halacha when the first Mishnah is the Stam Mishnah and the second Mishnah is the Machlokes on that same point that the first Mishnah didn't specify that there was any Machlokes about? It's the other way around. Stam be'achar kach Machlokes he. That there's no accepted klal in psak to say that the halacha follows the Stam Mishnah in that case, and so therefore it would be necessary for Rav Yosef, rather for Rav Huna, to tell us that the halacha follows the view of Rabbi Yehuda, who's one of the opinions in the second Mishnah. Okay. Got it.
Clear as mud, Rabbi. Clear as mud.
Well, why wouldn't Rav Yosef know this?
Why wouldn't Rabbi Yosef know that?
But why didn't he didn't know? He knew. He didn't know.
Well,
What?
It's not that he didn't know, it's that there's a disagreement. You might say that he held that the order is not necessarily determined by the Bava Kama preceding Bava Metzia. Maybe he doesn't hold that way.
yeah, right. So Rabbi Yosef didn't have any question about it. He held that the Bava Kama is before Bava Metzia, and so therefore it's the clear case of Machlokes v'achar kach Stam, and that's the accepted halacha should be like Stam Mishnah. And but Rav Huna spoke it out that the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda because you might have thought that that it's not that there is that that's the proper seder. So therefore he spoke it out to clarify.
I'm just looking ahead a bit, and I can see that this particular point is still under discussion.
You're always ahead of us, Rob.
No, I'm not. It's interesting.
I think our time is up, unfortunately.
Okay, we'll see tomorrow. Be'ezus Hashem.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay.
All the best.
Right. Okay, right. Bye for now.
Have a good day,
So,
everybody. Be well.
Okay.
Okay.
Lou, is there a class this afternoon?
I believe so. The message says, assume that we'll be on Sunday unless I tell you otherwise, and there's no
Right.
otherwise. So
Right.
I'm assuming we have a class.
All right, check it out. Okay.
See, it's
Get
over
back
here.
to you.
It's not moving now.
So I'll see you at 4 in Mitzvah Hashem.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.